Nirvishesha Shamvadi Ashyakyadeshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So once again, I'd like to welcome you all this evening. Things are quite a short notice. We just decided yesterday that we would have this talk. So the topic for today's evening's discussion is rediscovering love. So, there is a beautiful conversation between a lady called Maitreyi and a great sage Yajnavalkya in Brihadaranya Upanishad. So, this lady is asking several questions to the great sage. The sage is replying. One question she asks is, what is that one most important need of every living entity which must be satisfied? If that need is satisfied and others' need may or may not be satisfied, still a person will feel contented. But if all the other needs are fulfilled, but one need is not satisfied, a person will feel incomplete, uncontented. So what is that one most important need? Not just for the human, for all living entities. And the sage says, to love and be loved. Because love is reciprocal. To love and be loved. I remember I was visiting one Goshala in India, and I took a brush and I started, brushing the cow. The cow loves to be brushed. When you have a nice brush and the brush on the body of the cow, especially here, they love to be brushed. So I was brushing and the cow was loving to be brushed, and there was one dog in the Goshala. He also, just came and he sat near my, I was standing and he just sat near my feet. And he started rubbing his mouth against my legs. I understood that he also had this need to be loved. So therefore, all living entities, basically, all living entities have this need to love and be loved. A few years back, I was visiting Ellis Island. This is where the Statue of Liberty is in New York. There's Ellis Island, where all the refugees who were actually suffering a lot from Europe and parts of Russia, they were all coming to US. And the Statue of Liberty was like a hope for them now that we are liberated. The Statue of Liberty was actually made that now you are getting liberation from all the, the concentration camps and so much of prosecution that took place in Europe and the parts of Russia. So all these refugees, they were migrating into US, and the immigration office was the whole island. The Ellis Island, the immigration office, and they had to stay there for some time. And they showed one documentary, today also in Ellis Island. They show a documentary, it's like 10-15 minutes of those migrants, and they had interviewed those migrants who were just coming. So one of the migrants in this documentary, I distinctly remember, he said, we suffered so much. It was very intense suffering. We came here, our heart was totally shattered. We broken down. But then he made a statement. He said, life was tolerable as long as there was one person who loved you. That means one person who had affection, care. Okay, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Yeah, so, life was tolerable as long as there was one person who loved you, who cared for you, had some concern for you. Hare Krishna. So in this way, in fact, I have in my travels in Mumbai, where I live, there are several billionaires. In India, Mumbai is the financial capital, and the maximum billionaires in India are in Mumbai. So probably even in Asia, Mumbai kind of stands out in terms of number of billionaires. So I have met several billionaires who are so poor that they have nothing except money in their life. So actually very hollow from within. And they usually do not open up. But sometimes when they have a close relationship, then they can open up to sadhus. Sometimes they describe that they do not have even one person in their life, many of them, who actually loves them. The life becomes very hollow. And I have seen the poverty, the inner poverty of many, many billionaires. I have actually witnessed, being confessed by them. So, the most important human need is to love and be loved. So for the topic today, rediscovering love, because it's our most important need. Okay, so Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita repeatedly informs us that the source of all love is the love between Krishna and the soul. The love between God and all of us. We are His part and parcel, the souls. And what kind of love is that? So in one of the purports of Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada very beautifully describes the kind of love that exists between us and Krishna. So this is in relation to when Dhruva was hurt. Now there is a whole story, I will not go into the detail, but Dhruva was a 5-year-old boy and he was hurt very badly by the sharp words of his stepmother. And he went crying. He went to his mother, Suniti, and of course, seeing the pain of Dhruva, she herself also felt great pain. But then she said, and Prabhupada was writing in the purport, "You came to me crying, having been insulted by your stepmother, but actually I am not able to do any good for you. I can only console you and so on and so forth, but I can't do anything good for you." But then she said, "You can take shelter of Krishna. And Krishna is so kind to his devotees that if you go to him, then the combined kindness of millions of mothers like me will be surpassed by his affectionate and tender dealings." Just see, this word is so profound. Please pay attention to these words. These are like gem-like words in Prabhupada's purport. 22, Srimad Bhagavatam 4.22, 4th canto, 8th chapter, 22 verse purport. Suniti, the mother, is telling the son, Dhruva, Krishna is so kind to his devotees that if you go to him, then the combined kindness of millions of mothers like me, will be surpassed by his affectionate and tender dealings. So, the most affectionate relationship in this world is between the mother and the child. But that million times is surpassed a million times by the Krishna's love for his devotees, for the souls. So there is this love exists, this love eternally exists between the Lord and the soul, and that actually is the basis of all kind of love. That is the basis of all kind of love. Without that love, the love between the living entity is only perverted, and therefore it leads to all kind of frustration. The love that should be the source of the nourishment for the soul becomes the greater source of frustration in this world, actually, and because it's perverted. It's perverted. So the love between the Lord and the living entity, the soul, exists eternally, and it has to be rediscovered. It exists. Discovery means something that exists and you have to find it out. So that it has to be rediscovered. So again, Chaitanya Charitamrita informs us, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhika Gunai Shravana Tithika Udai. That Nitya Siddha eternally exists. Krishna Prema, this love for Krishna exists eternally. It has to be awakened, reawakened, or it has to be revived by the process of devotional service. And further, what should be done? So Chaitanya Charitamrita prescribes 5 limbs of bhakti, which are like, I call them like 5 powerful propellants, which can kind of like our bhakti can go at a rocket speed. So the 5 powerful propellants of bhakti are these 5 limbs which are recommended to revive our dormant love for Krishna, or to rediscover our love. So what is that? So I will briefly touch upon these 5. Sadhu Sangana Kirtan Bhavamashravan Mathurava Srimurti Shraddhaya Sevan. So 5 limbs. Sadhu Sangha, association of sadhus. Nam Kirtan, chanting the Lord's name. Bhagavad Shravan, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Mathura Vas, residing in holy Dham. Mathura is a specific name given here, but in general, residing in a holy Dham. Shri Murti Shraddhaya Sevan, serving the deities, Archavikrahas, with faith, with faith and conviction, serving their lordships in their deity form. Sakala sadhana shrestha panchayam Krishna prema janmai panchira alpasam. So of all the limbs of bhakti, these are the 5 topmost, most powerful limbs of bhakti. A small contact with them, alpasam the word is used, just a slight contact with them can very quickly revive our dormant love for Krishna. So that's just a topic we are discussing today. So we will briefly discuss these 5 in today's class, and then we can have some interaction. Okay, so we are beginning with the Sadhu Sangha. Sadhu Sangha. Okay, I would like to ask you, Sadhu, what is the literal meaning of the word sadhu? Just give another 1 or 2 words for that. Sadhu means dash. Okay, we'll start from here. Good.
Priest.
Oh, sadhu means priest. Okay, fine. In general, sadhu means the priest. Like to hear from others. Wait, I don't want to hear. Yes. Sadhu means a devotee. Okay, good. So sadhu means a priest and a devotee. Yes.
Sadhu means who.
Hemant Prabhu, yes.
Right. Sadhu means who really advanced in renunciation.
Okay, sadhu means who is advanced in renunciation. Fine, good. Something else about sadhu, yes?
who has studied the Vedic scriptures?
Who has studied the Vedic scriptures? Okay, sadhu means who has studied the Vedic scriptures. Yes, Mother Sherry?
Someone who engages in devotional stuff.
Someone who engages in devotional service. That person is sadhu. That's also good. You got a nice definition? Yes?
Who is very simple.
Sadhu means who is simple. Good. Sadhu means simple. Simple-hearted person can be called as sadhu. That's good. Again, we had many nice answers. Yes, Prabhu?
Who is surrendered
Who is surrendered
or trying
or trying to surrender? Very good. Surrender, trying to surrender. Yes, sadhu means who is not materialistic attached. Okay, so sadhu, and what kind of attachment he may have? Okay. So he may not be materialistic attached, so his attachment will be to the Lord, devotional service. Fine. That's good. Yes. Okay, sadhu also means who is equipoised. Equipoised in different situations. They are not agitated by so easily by the changing circumstances. Yes, ma'am. Okay, not affected by the dualities and engaged in devotional service. So I think we got very good answers. Thank you for all the responses. Amazing contributions. So yes, this Prabhupada does define sadhu in different ways, and we have covered almost all of it. But just the literal meaning of the word sadhu, so I am just kind of combining it and giving a shape to all your answers. The literal meaning of the word sadhu, the literal, is good. So sadhu means good. So therefore, it can encompass all the answers. Sadhu, literal meaning of sadhu means good, because you see in Hindi, the word is sadhuvad. Have you heard the word sadhuvad? Yes. Sadhuvad. When you are having something, like if someone if someone gives a talk. If someone gives a talk and there are assembly people sitting, and if they have to clap, they don't clap it. They say sadhu sadhu, means very good, or good, it's a good class. Or if you eat nice prasadam cooked by somebody and you say sadhu, means good, I really loved it. So sadhu means good, the literal meaning. So therefore, one Bhagavatam verse describes who is a sadhu, basically. So good, so we will spell the good a bit differently. In Kali Yuga you can have change the spelling of few words for many times we see, we can little bit spell differently, make it a little short also. So we'll spell the good as G-U-D rather than G-O-O-D. Good, G-U-D. That's simple and crisp. So remember, sadhu means good, G-U-D, one who is grateful. Bhagavatam says, one who is grateful. That's a quality for sadhu. One who is grateful. Like you said, compose, not. So that encompasses many things. One is grateful. Grateful for not just all the good things, even trying to be grateful for the struggles that come on our way. Why? Because those struggles also have a purpose in life. Those struggles also have a purpose. So when Krishna sends some struggles in life, they also have a purpose. So it is said that when difficult times come, we pray to Krishna to change our situation. When difficult situation comes, we pray to Krishna to change our situation, not knowing that Krishna has sent that situation to change us. So it's a fact. So if we turn towards Krishna, that in this situation, how do I respond? That means I have to internally change myself. This situation has come, but I change myself actually. Not that Krishna changes the situation, but I need to change myself. And if I can take that stance, I can change myself, I can come out of the situation, I'll be victorious, I will learn a lot. Actually, I will learn a lot. And then I can be grateful to Krishna for that situation which he has sent, which may be unpleasant. So therefore, it's said that Lord Shiva says in Padma Puran, Mahavipatto samsare yasmare madhusudana vipatte tasya sampatti itiyaha shankaro bhavet. Lord Shankar is speaking. What is he saying? Mahavipatto, in this samsara, vipatti is very common. But these difficult times are common. In those difficult times, one who turns towards Krishna and prays that, please guide me, how do I change myself? I need to change myself. How do I respond properly? Let me take shelter of you and guide my heart. There are many faults I have. I need to change. One who turns inward, like we always deal with the circumstances outwardly. One who turns inward and look for changing one's own self. Vipatti tasya sampatti. Then vipatti becomes sampatti. Just imagine, the nature changes. The nature of that, because that gives us, that helps us to advance, that gives us many important life lessons. So the difficult situations, devotees who can turn inward, that means towards Krishna, can eventually be grateful for all the difficulties also. Therefore, it's that sadhu means who is grateful for both the good and the bad things coming in life, because absolutely there is, even the bad things have some good purpose. When we are sincerely trying to serve. So that's one thing, grateful. The second is one who is unpretentious. Unpretentious means nirvalikam, or one who is sincere, one who is not duplicitous. That means I accept, if I have some shortcomings, I should be able to accept it. It said that the Lord is Patit Pavan. This is one of his famous name, Patit Pavan. One who can deliver the fallen. But he is not Kapat Pavan. One who pretends. So one who pretends is called, person is Kapati. Kapat means I am trying to pretend that about what I am not. I have many shortcomings, but I pretend that I am very advanced. Or I have not done, but I want to take the credit. I have done the fall, I want to hide it. So all those things shows that I am pretentious by nature. So a person who is straightforward in accepting one's shortcomings, basically. So that's unpretentious. I accept what I am. But I should not remain where I am. That's important. There are many people who accept, yes, I am like this. No, but it's not that we have to remain there. We have to have the courage to move forward in life. So I have so at least I don't pretend, I admit that this is where I stand, but I should not remain there. I have to progress in life. Okay, so that is the person who is unpretentious, the U stand for one who is unpretentious. And D means one who is devoted exclusively, Ananya Sharanayar Nirbhi. One who is devoted exclusively to the Supreme Lord, Krishna. And also that applies to Guru. One who is devoted exclusively to Guru and Krishna. His exclusive devotion implies that we do not take shelter of any other Devi Devatas. We always turn to Krishna. So therefore that devotion part which you all mentioned also is covered over here. So in this way, the Bhagavatam, one of the verses describes sadhu as good, one is grateful, one who is unpretentious, and one who is devoted exclusively to Guru and Krishna. It is said, for such a person, devotional service is easily and joyfully performed. Devotional service becomes easy and joyful for one who is a sadhu. That means internally has a sadhu nature. So therefore, sadhu doesn't mean one who is in saffron, like a priest, dress of the priest. A priest is good, but he has to be a priest inside, not just outward priest, unpretentious. He should not be just worshipping outwardly. So therefore, it's not just by wearing some dress or some colored cloth that one becomes a sadhu. It is by developing these qualities that one becomes sadhu. So, sadhu sang, we need to take association of those sadhus who have this nature. The question can be, we don't see anyone around like that. that someone could say, that where we found the sadhus, such people. So we should see that anyone who is more advanced than us, as simple as that. We all are trying to advance. So anyone who demonstrates better devotion than us, and so on and so forth. Anyone who has come in bhakti and whom we can see at least, we should try to see good qualities and we see, okay, this person is more serious, more fixed up, more sincere than us in devotional service. We take that association, sadhu sang. And there is a most famous retreat that takes place in the US called Sadhu Sangha retreat. Every year, and 4,000 to 5,000 devotees come, Sadhu Sangha retreat. It is one of the most famous devotee retreats, Sadhu Sangha. So yes, so we want to basically come in association and take advantage and develop good qualities. It's said that our association defines us. I was visiting Chitrakoot once. Chitrakoot is in the border of MP and UP in India. It's a beautiful place, Chitrakoot, connected with Lord Ram. And in one of the temples got written, जैसा खाओगे अन्न वैसा बनेगा मन, जैसा करोगे सन वैसा चढ़ेगा रंग. That means whatever kind of thing you eat, our food develops certain kind of mentality. The food and the mind are connected. And similarly, association and our behavior are connected. So our association defines us. We gain the color of our association. The quality of a person whom we associate with, they rub upon us. Therefore, the scripture always says, associate with those who have superior qualities than us. And we will automatically in the association will be gaining those qualities. So association is a very key factor. So that's the first, most important of the 5 important limbs. Association is the most important. The second, sadhu sangha, Naam Kirtan. The second is Naam Kirtan, chanting the holy names of the Lord, chanting the Lord's name. So about Naam Kirtan, it is described that of all the processes of self-realization, chanting the Lord's name is the simplest, sweetest and the most sublime process. It is the simplest, sweetest and the most sublime process for spiritual realization. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Prabhupada once very beautifully described. He said, if we are chanting a prescribed number of rounds daily, consistently, whatever we have committed to. Now, those of you who have not committed to, you can commit. You can commit at least 5-10 minutes of chanting daily. And Prabhupada said, if we are chanting our committed, whatever we have internally committed, if you are chanting that consistently, it is like entering a relationship with Krishna. Remember, entering a relationship with Krishna. And Krishna, and what is the Krishna's affection? Prabhupada described, it supersedes the combined affection of millions of mothers. So then Prabhupada said, if we are consistent in our chanting, which is like entering into a relationship with Krishna, Krishna, like a loving mother, is always keeping a watch on us. And if our about topple, he will just catch us. And then we will not be hurted. Just like the mother is always watchful, and the child is about to fall or get into some dangerous situation, the mother will immediately come to the rescue and save the child. Similarly, if we are chanting consistently, we are entering into a relationship with Krishna. The Lord will stand by our side if we are chanting consistently and trying to chant with our best possible attention. So whatever we are chanting, whatever number of rounds we are chanting. So those are of course aspiring for initiation and initiated, they must chant 16 rounds as prescribed by Srila Prabhupada. So that is important, and it is described that we know there is a famous battle between Lord Ram and the Ravana. So there was an exit poll conducted, exit poll on the outcome of the battle. Exit poll. Who is going to win? The battle. There are always analysts who conduct all these exit polls. So the battle is about to start, and there is an exit poll survey that is being conducted. So who has higher chances of winning? But okay, so Ravana's army has all the trained soldiers. The proper professional training has been given, military training has been given. While all the monkeys have been drafted soldiers. But they are not forcefully drafted. They voluntarily, they just join the Rama army or fancy army. There is absolutely no training, military training given to them. They just jumped into that, will fight. So therefore training is important. So there is the martial training given to the soldiers of Ravana army. So therefore, 1 point Ravana's army got. The higher chances from this perspective. Okay, then who has the latest weapons, the cutting edge technology? Who has the cutting edge technology weapons? No, the Ravana's army, all the monkey soldiers, they only have some tree branches and stones. And we are talking about the whole army. As far as the army is concerned, the Ravana's army has the latest weapons. And Ram army, as I said, that all the monkeys simply are plucking some branches and throwing some stones. So from the viewpoint of the weapons, who has sophisticated weapons? Ravana army. Where is the battle taking place? Who knows the secret of the battlefield? Ravana's army, they have the home pitch advantage. Because the battle takes place in Lanka. They have the home pitch advantage. So they, in various ways being analyzed, they said, there are much greater chances Ravana army should be winning. But the results were opposite. Where did we fail? Another analysis. Where did we go wrong? What happened? What advantage the monkeys had when they won the battle? And they found one thing that we overlooked, which we didn't realize. These monkeys have faith in the name of Ram. Right? So they won not by their personal strength or the resources, the weapons, or by the advantage of a place. They only won by their faith in the name of Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So in the life is like a battlefield. So of course we need to gain, we need to have our own strength, we need to have weapons, whatever we need on the battlefield. We may have, but we may not be victorious. So please remember that on the battlefield of life, while we have all the other resources, we can have it, we should have faith in chanting the Lord's name. That will bring us victory. Prabhupada attributed his success in preaching in the Western world. He said, I went and I chanted Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. So this faith in chanting the Lord's name gives us all victory in life. So Prabhupada used to say, this chanting should go on. Instead of meetings, resolutions, dissolutions, revolutions, and no solutions, there should be chanting of the Lord's name. So therefore, everything else will go on, but we should have faith. Through the thick and thin, we should consistently take shelter of chanting the Lord's name. And that will revive our love, what the most important need of the soul. So the first is the association, and second is the chanting the Lord's name, the holy names. And the third, Sadhu Sangha Nama Kirtan Bhagava Shravan. The third is Bhagava Shravan. Sadhu Sangha Nam Kirtan, chanting the Lord's name. Bhagava Shravan, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada in ISKCON has instituted Srimad Bhagavatam class daily in the morning. Bhagava Shravan. Okay, now regarding Bhagava Shravan, it is prescribed Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya. One should daily hear or one can read. Reading Bhagavatam in book form is also Bhagava Shravan. Either way, either we hear or we read. I remember we have several bases, student bases in India, where we have the student and the working people staying. This is apart from the temple. So we have several bases. In one of the bases, I was giving a Bhagavatam talk, and one of our neighbor came. He was friendly neighbor. Once a while he would walk in, and then he asked, "What is this you are reading?" I said, "This is Bhagavat, Srimad Bhagavat." "Oh, do you read this daily?" "Yes. In all ISKCON temples, we do that daily." Then he said, "I also read Economics Times daily." Business newspaper in India. "I also read Economics Times daily." And then he said something very striking. And he said, "I haven't missed even for one day for about 30 years. I said, "Wow. You want to take dust from your lotus feet." To have such consistency. So I appreciate the consistency. And it's, daily he would read that business newspaper and not miss a single day for about 30 years. Can you imagine? Such consistency. So, I remember once we were distributing Srimad Bhagavatam, like we distribute marathon, we distribute the books. And one devotee called his friend. And he said, "Look, we are distributing Bhagavatam. I think you should have this book at your home." He said, "Okay, you bring it." He said, "Okay, we'll bring this book and also do Aarti, and then you can make a payment for this. And we'll do Aarti and keep the Bhagavatam at your place, and we'll do some reading for some time." Okay, he agreed. So devotees took the Bhagavatam, and one of the brahmacharis went, and they took a box and opened it up and set it up for Aarti. He was shocked. He said, "I asked for one book. Why have you brought the whole box?" And it was the first shock. Then, Bhagavatam means there are 18 volumes. It's one book, but it has 18 parts. So it's explained. One only. It's Achintya Veda. It's 1 and 18 together. It's 1 also, 18 also. With 18 is one book. So he was shocked. And then he said, and then there was Aarti done, and some reading was done, and then the monk who was accompanying, the brahmachari, he called him to the side. He said, "I graduated from the college 20 years back. Since then I haven't read any book. I have lost all touch with reading." And then he told his own schedule from morning to evening. I had absolutely no time. I have no inclination to read because I have lost all touch. I have no time to read. What will I do with the 18 books? He was quite honest. He said, I really kind of beg you, please take them back. I'll pay for it, but I will never be able to read. So please take them back. You are honest. No, devotees are broad Bhagavatam, and take it back will be very heavy for the heart. Difficult decision. But this person is earnestly requesting, take this 18 books back, I will never be able to read it. Okay, so then this the preacher who had gone, he kind of, just remembered Lord and prayed to him, what should we do in this situation? And he said, okay, wait, let's do one thing. I know your schedule, you are very busy. Let's do one thing for a month. We'll keep these 18 books at home. When you come back from the office daily, can you pick up one book out of the 18, anyone? Open any page and read one sentence. Can you take out that much time? And if you do that for 1 month, after a month you call and we will take the books back. So I just want you to read for a month, pick up any book, open any page and read one sentence from Bhagavatam. Okay, that much I can do it. That's just for you, my friend. That much I can do. That much time I can spare. So he started doing that, the promise that 1 month I will do, then I will send all the books back. So one day, while he was coming from office, he met with an accident. But somehow the accident, there were bruises on the car, there were some bruises on the body, but he escaped, it was not fatal. He escaped. And that day he came and seeing the Bhagavatam, he remembered my promise. I must stick to my promise. He picked up the book and opened the page and read the sentence. This material world, there is a danger at every step. He said, yes, very true. And he read further, and it made everything made so much sense. From that day onwards, he increased his reading, and certain things went wrong in his life. There was some clashes in the job, and so many things. And suddenly, and then everything made sense, and the situations changed. The situation came to change him. You remember the first one, the situation changed around him, so that he makes a change, and then he started reading Bhagavatam more, and so on and so forth. And after 1 year, he came looking in the temple for that priest whom he had met, and who told him that you can read one line. And after a year he came, he didn't call after a month. And he said, can I meet Mr. Das? He said, Mr. Das, everyone is Mr. Das here. Which Mr. Das, then he described, he's like a priest and all that, there are many priests here. So like that. Finally, with all the description matching and so on and so forth, he came to my home this time and so on and so forth. Okay, there were a few priests who were going, home, how does he know, give you respects, etc., etc. So finally, he could spot. And then he said, I have come to thank you. Now, I have already read 3 out of the 18 in 1 year. 3, because the Bhagavatam is a big book. I already read 3 out of 18 and I'm reading the 4th one. It has changed my life now. His life changed. So therefore, this is Alpasang, even a small association. So therefore, Nityam Bhagavad Sevya, all of us can have a book. Please make a habit to at least read one sentence daily. All of us have books, Prabhupada books. It will make a difference. Please at least read one sentence from Prabhupada books daily and try to hear something. It will make difference. So that is Bhagavad Shravan, Nityam, daily. So when done consistently, so this verse says, Sadhu Sangana Makirtan Bhagavad Shravan Mathurava Shrimurti Shraddhaya Sevan Sakara Sadhan Shresht Ei Panchanga Krishna Prema Janmai Ei Achera Alpasanga. Alpasanga, a small consistent effort in this direction, in this file. We associate with the devotees who are more advanced in their qualities, sadhu. In a chanting, whatever we are chanting, try to chant with sincerity, with attention and consistency. Daily read something from Prabhupada Bhagavad Shravan. And Mathura Vas means, Mathura means Dham. And Prabhupada says, wherever the Supreme Lord is present. So it's Prabhupada, in one of the purport he describes, the Lord can be present in the form of his deities. He can be present when the devotees come together and chant the holy names. He is present in his qualities, that means when there are descriptions. and he is present by his paraphernalia, like Tulsi. The Tulsi is present, that also place becomes the Dham. So therefore, the Lord can be present in various ways. Wherever the Lord is present, that place becomes his abode, Dham. And for all practical purposes, the temples are like dhams. The temples are like spiritual embassies. So come to the temple. Come to the temple, dham vas, and spend some time. I know many successful professionals. We have one eye surgeon, very highly successful eye surgeon. Before he goes to do all the eye surgeries, he comes to the temple daily, sit for 5 minutes, chant the holy names, take the blessings of the Lord. And he was the most successful surgeon. Daily he has a habit of coming to the Lord, coming to the temple, sitting for 5 minutes, chanting his names, and offering his prayers, and taking the blessings. And this can be so profound, just within the temple for even 5 minutes, done daily, or at least few times, or at least once a week, whatever you can. If you can come daily, nothing like that. Nothing like that. It will have a profound effect. I know many people, very successful people where I stay in Bombay, they come daily to the temple. Although they're very busy, but they have a habit of coming to the temple daily because that gives them so much spiritual strength. So that is dham vas. Come to the temple if possible. Make a habit of daily visiting the temple, even though it may be just for 5 minutes. And Shri Murti Shraddhaye Sevan. We serve the form of the Lord with a faith. They are not different from the Lord. If we have that faith, the deities, they reciprocate with our faith. We can chat with Krishna through prayers. We can chat with him. The Lord responds back. We can feel his reciprocation in the heart. So in the chat box of the heart, Krishna will actually reveal. He will answer our prayers. So Shri Murti Shraddhaye Sevan. And when we come to the temple, we can bring some offering to him. Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. We can bring some flowers, some fruits, anything that can be offered to the Lord. Shraddhaye Sevan, that the Lord does accept. I see there are several things here brought by the devotees for the Lord. So we can bring something for the Lord. And yes, even when we, like the pujari is serving or doing the arti, just to witness the arti, see the arti of the Lord and participate is also like offering the arti. It is similar. So it said that the pujari is offering the worship to the Lord on behalf of all those who are present. On behalf of all those who are present. So we are participating in that worship also. Right? So in this way, with faith, when we serve the deities, when we offer our praise to the deities, it will stay connected with them. It will have a profound effect. So these 5 limbs, these 5 most powerful limbs, if done consistently, even a small effort yields exponential results. Just a small effort can lead to great results. Sadhu Sanghana Kirtan Bhagavashravan Mathura Vashi Murti Shraddhaye Sevan Satura Sadhana Shrest Ei Pancha Anga Krishna Prema Janmaye Achira Alpa Sangha. So therefore we can rediscover our love for the Lord. We can revive our love for the Lord, which is the basis of all love. Without that love, actually, our life, we are very poor. And without that love, we cannot have any other loving relationship in this world. So that's the foundation, that's the basis. So, as Prabhupada said that we had read a statement in the very beginning. I'll repeat that statement. Prabhupada says, where Suniti says Krishna is so kind to his devotees that if you go to him, then the combined kindness of millions of mothers like me will be surpassed by his affectionate and tender dealings. And going to him or approaching him means we approach him through these 5 limbs of bhakti. We take advantage of the sadhu sang. We discuss the meaning of the sadhu also. Sadhu means who is good, grateful, unpretentious and devoted exclusively to Guru and Krishna. And we discuss about the importance of chanting the Lord's name. It's like entering into a relationship with Krishna. And Krishna is there by our side if we chant his holy names. Hearing Bhagavatam, Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya, at least we can read one sentence daily, consistently. That will be good. We'll see that even that will have a profound effect. Mathura Vas, come to the temple. Come to the temple. If possible daily, if not as much as possible, but at least regularly. And Shri Murti Shraddhaya Sevan. So if we approach Krishna through these 5 limbs, the Lord is so kind, He will reciprocate with us. And His kindness surpasses the combined kindness of millions of others. Jai Shri Shri Radha Shyam Sundar Ki Jai, Shri Shri Gauratai Ki Jai, Shri Nisamadev Shri Kalab Maharaj Ki Jai, Bhai Bhaktiman. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So, the curtain closed. I'll close my talk. Whatever I spoke with the mercy of Radha Shyam Sundar, now that the curtain have closed, I must close my talk also. Thank you for joining this evening. Please, this is one of the rarest benediction by the mercy of Prabhupada we have attained. So please take advantage of this process given by Prabhupada, and our life will be very sublime. Hare Krishna. So if any one of you have any questions? Any questions, any reflections, any thoughts, any clarifications? You are most welcome. Yes, Hare Krishna.
You mentioned that Krishna created the situation to change us.
Yes.
So, in some situations, how we need to respond? Like, we think that we have to be patient, and otherwise we have to quick reaction for that situation.
So good. So Krishna sends different situations to change us. So one thing is, first of all, we have landed in some situation. What are the lessons to be learned on my part? There are some mistakes we always do. So some wrong decision making, some wrong words. Did I speak something wrong? Did I make some wrong decisions? Did I do something wrong? So to first see that what went wrong on my side, not on the other side. From my side, something has gone wrong. First thing is to take a lesson. If you can take a lesson, again, we are learning a lot. Turn inward and see where did I go wrong that I have landed in this situation. Right? That's one. Then, now that wherever I went wrong, that has been done, how do I respond now to the situation so that I can minimize the damage that is happening, that has happened to either me or to the community, wherever. So by a mistake, I am affected and maybe there are other people who are also affected. So now how to respond to that in a way to minimize. If I need to confess, apologize, whatever I need to do, I need to do something to, how do I respond to rectify the situation? So where did I go wrong? Take some lessons. How am I going to respond to minimize the damage? So that, and also look towards Krishna and pray to Krishna to reveal that this situation, there is a hand of the Lord also in the situation. How do I take one step towards you in this situation? Because every situation could be a stepping stone towards Krishna. So So how we can turn towards Krishna in this situation, increase our commitment towards Him in every situation. And then if you can do that, you will see the whole situation turns around in your favor. Through a temporary pain, you can get an eternal gain. Actually, the pain will go away, the situation will go away, but the gain will be eternal. So in this way, we need to turn, we need to be self-introspective, take good lessons, have the humility to accept that I went wrong somewhere. It requires humility to actually be able to understand that where did I go wrong. Because that's how we progress. If we keep looking externally where the situation went wrong, what the other people said they're wrong, but we are not changing them. We are only just trying to find the fault in the situation in the other person, but we are not progressing over there. So therefore, we need to change ourselves. So therefore work, be introspective, be honest, be humble to accept our shortcomings, take some lessons, turn towards Krishna and look for how do I progress in the situations. And then the whole situation will actually become such a asset. It will become a great asset, sampatti. Yes, Hare Krishna. Okay, we'll take a question there and then you answer.
Thank you so much for this wonderful class. Just a quick clarification. When you said when we look inward, vipati becomes sampati. So by looking inward, my interpretation is looking, turning to super soul?
Yes, turn into super soul. That again, inward looking also means that we take our mind out of saying that this person is my enemy, he has harmed me or she has harmed me. Or this, kind of externally looking that where did I go wrong and praying to God to reveal that what is the best way to respond so that I come closer to you. I become a better devotee. I become pure in my heart. And if we can rightly turn inwards, you will see the agony of the heart will go away, and very soon you will find great joy in that situation. You find great joy in that situation. The whole thing will turn around for good. You will see, I would not like to trade off that situation. That was the best situation that came. But it will give you so much of learning, so much of assets, so much of Krishna's mercy and love. You can't imagine. So the whole situation can be turned around. If we can turn inward in the situation. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you, class. Prabhu, I was asked a question on chanting.
Yeah.
Like you say, simplest, sweetest, and
Yeah, the most sublime.
So
Yeah.
how I know that I'm really chanting quality, like I'm giving quality time to Krishna for the relationship?
Okay, so the chanting is the simplest, sweetest, and most sublime process. How do I know that I am chanting?
Quality. Like
Quality. How do I am chanting quality? Well, Prabhupada would say that the taste of the pudding is in, the proof of the pudding is in taste. So yes, basically we just, again, need to be sincere, and while Kirtan is like inclusive, we have many instruments, we have many melodies and so on and so forth, and we must do that. The chanting is exclusive process. So both are chanting the Lord's name. Kirtan is inclusive, the chanting is exclusive. That means we should avoid multitasking during the chanting, and in the morning hours, morning definition could be relative, but still, whatever our definition of morning is, in the morning, like before the traffic hour begins, you can go very fast. Right? The ride is smooth and quite swift in the morning time, before the traffic hours. So therefore, morning, let's say morning is before the traffic hours. So before the traffic of the thoughts build up in the mind, this is what I need to do, this is what I attend to and all those things. Before we check all the social media updates and the messages, the emails and all that, morning, before building up the traffic in the mind, we chant. That time the mind is, because having rested at night, is calm, and if we can just chant with our best focus, we can quickly experience that. So therefore, all the devotees have said that the chanting before the traffic hours, and if we can be in a holy place like this, where other devotees are chanting, the vibration is very powerful, if possible, logistically. So these are few tips. Right? Okay, Hare Krishna. Okay, so I think it's already quite late now. Tomorrow is a working day. I really thank you all, very grateful to you for coming. Now, tomorrow, part 2 of the same seminar of rediscovering love in our relationships. Right? Because it's a fact, we have to live with each other in association of the community of devotees, in association with our family members, friends, and so on and so forth. So what are the challenges and how do we rediscover love in our relationship with others? And I said, it's Krishna consciousness establishing relationship with the Lord. But that relationship with the Lord cannot be established unless we learn how to live in relationship with the devotees. So tomorrow I will discuss another very important dynamics of living or serving, being together in the association of devotees, the dynamics of relationship among the devotees. So, living in peace, serving in harmony. Right? Have some peaceful relationship and serve in harmony. That will be the topic for tomorrow's part 2 of rediscovering love. Hare Krishna. Yeah, thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Bhagavad Premanande. Hare Krishna.
Praise the Mother Prabhu ki jai.